And that's it. And when it didn't happen, people got mad, people yelled at one another, and yada, yada, yada. A tall glass of shut up juice. Blue debate with Kyle Kalinske, Cenk Shaky Gurga, Allan Lichtman, and Harry Sisson.
Situation is pretty good. Think inflation is going up when it's been cut by 75%. That unemployment.
Yeah, but it's still inflation.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. This was why I linked the Piers vid, by the way. Cenk versus Allan clip was cinema. Oh shit, let's see.
Get into this discussion, but one, I think you're blaming the voters. I think that's a terrible idea. And look, I debated Professor Lichtman before. I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right. He was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were
Couldn't
not
find
right,
him before
and I
the
was
election.
not wrong, and that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
Should not.
That's a cheap shot. Don't you dare come for the keys. You come for my family, that's one thing. But you come for the keys, you best not miss.
Be taking cheap shots at me.
Who won?
You want to make your point,
live
make your
in
point.
a total
Don't make
world
it personal.
of denial.
I read your own followers' comment.
Yo, he did the woo. This guy. No, that's amazing. Oh my God, Unk is cooking him.
And so they all trashed you, every one of them, and supported me.
Yeah,
so quiet with your personal attacks.
Come find out again.
Oh, Shaky Gurga is a new emote in the chat. Ain't no way, bro.
Make whatever point you want. Don't make it personal.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
You attacked me personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish a thought.
How many books have you published? No, because you're personally attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to stand for
brother,
personal
you got it wrong.
Say
you were
whatever
preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn thought ever on this show?
No, not if you're personally. I admitted I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's great to see you Democrats all getting along so well.
Who taught you manners?
It's lovely to see a post-election harmony as you all come together again.
We're just one right now. Hey, Allan, you deserve a tall glass of shut-up juice, so can you just shut up for a second and let someone who knows...
He should have been like, Allan, you look like your haircut belongs on Harry Sisson's head, brother. What's going on? He said you deserve a tall glass of shut up juice. Unk is coming at it with like 1967 memes, dude.
That's what they're doing.
You're so right, Piers. You're so right. We're so unified right now.
You want, so I will not sit here and stand for personal attacks, for blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't boost
blasphemy
your ego
against you? What the hell are you? Are you Jesus Christ, you loser? Okay, can I just give the correct answer for once?
That's amazing. That's amazing. That is actually fire. Greg Price at K-File liked it too. He said, this is amazing. Pump this right into my veins. I'm not joking when I say this is one of the greatest clips I've ever seen on a cable news show. Cenk completely destroys Allan Lichtman by pointing out that his keys to the White House were wrong, and Lichtman responds by accusing him of blasphemy. Can we get some context into what's going on? Okay, so this is a charlatan who does not have any care or consideration for anything serious and just thrives when there's chaos. This is my uncle, who is, you know, a important progressive voice that has maybe in the last couple of years changed his attitude about a bunch of stuff that I don't agree with, but I still love him because he's my uncle and the uncle-nephew bond is strong. This is Allan Lichtman. Allan Lichtman is the inventor of the 13 keys. And Allan Lichtman, leading up to this election, was consistently getting an endless amount of media coverage over his 13 keys, including a bunch of people in this community that routinely came in here and was like, well, what do you have to say about the keys? What do you have to say about the keys? And I kept getting really annoyed because, like, you can just make up make up your own personal, I guess, like using your political science background, make up your own personal metric for why you think a president is going to win. But it's still stupid, okay? But people were such firmly committed key believers that they literally were like, no, Allan is the guy to turn the keys. He's the guy who's going to unlock the secrets. It was very annoying. It was yet another moment where I was 100% correct. And I kept telling people to shut the fuck up, that there is no like reliable metric of predicting the elections like this. It's just something he made up. And people just moved beyond the made up shit and thought, no, you don't understand. These metrics are, they have a 100% success rating. Okay, didn't he get like 9 out of 10 less? You're not a prophet at 90% only. No, it just doesn't matter. The results of the keys are dependent on his own beliefs and perception. Exactly. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's his own personal opinion. He's trying to create a methodology. But like at the end of the day, it's his own personal perspective. He just made up a system of predicting elections, and CNN kept giving him endless amounts of media coverage because every goddamn liberal media outlet was so desperate for like any sort of, every goddamn media outlet was so desperate to hear about how, you know, Kamala Harris was definitely going to win. Okay. And that's it. And when it didn't happen, people got mad. People yelled at one another and yada, yada, yada. And Allan Lichtman's keys were proven to be stupid. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. He was also a Biden dead ender too, which is why I was annoyed by that. Remember when Nate Silver tried to turn the keys? That was blasphemy. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny. It's causation versus correlation, simple as that. The media definitely likes to analyze politics without having to do with class analysis, so this bullshit is useful for them. Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely what it is. Nate Silver claims to have applied my keys to predict the Trump victory. He doesn't have the faintest idea how to turn the keys. He's not a historian or a political scientist. He has no academic credentials. He was wrong when he said, I could not make an early prediction of Obama's reelection. He'll be wrong again in trying to analyze the keys. Lolo just said this on his live that Murad has better social skills than you and you're an iPad kid. He's right. It's ironic because Murad is way more autistic than me, but he also happens to be significantly more sociable than myself. Anyway, it was very funny that everybody was like so desperate to make this seem as though this is it. You know, this is like the most compelling proof that Kamala Harris is definitely going to win. Regular critics of the Democratic Party oftentimes end up losing their skepticism of the Republican Party. If I'm skeptical of the Democrats and don't believe the Democrats, why the f would I ever believe the Republicans? The reason why I'm skeptical of the Democrats is because of their closeness to the Republicans. I hate to see Unc fall for this, okay? If you are critical of the Democratic Party, but then you find yourself believing some of the things that the Republicans are stating, I don't know. When I became a Democrat, it was the more tolerant party. Republicans were run by religious nut jobs and corporate robots. Now the Republicans are, in a lot of ways, the less tolerant party. The least tolerant part is actually the establishment wing of the party that says anyone opposing their anointed leaders is committing heresy. If you try to give them constructive criticism of the party to improve it, they drive you from the party while screaming he's not a real Democrat. They hate populists. They have become the corporate robots I couldn't stand. They hate their base. They insult our intelligence by pretending that the donors are not in charge. They think we should be controlled and learn how to follow orders. And they have no idea how elitist they sound. Predictably, their unironic reaction to this post will be heretic. The issue with this statement is that, and I can't believe I'm repeating this, he's right about all of it. But there is a key detail that is being omitted from this, okay? Which is the Republicans are also run by the same corporate masters. Elon Musk is the richest person on the planet and directly manipulated the outcomes of this election. He personally was invested in Donald Trump. What the fuck are we doing? Out of the top 10 mega donors, I think the top 7 in this election cycle that combined, I think, fundraised like almost $1 billion or whatever. Every single one of them donated to the Republican Party. Okay. Yes, we are uniparty in this country. Yes, absolutely. The Democrats are beholden to their corporate masters in the same exact ways that the Republicans are. But the notion that like one party is dishonest and you know, beholden to their corporate benefactors and oftentimes incredibly resistant to change, while the other party is also doing that exact same shit, it just like makes no sense. I warn people, as I always have and always will, that this kind of thinking, if this kind of thinking leads you down the assumption that like, well, there's some honesty in the Republican Party, and that's all you care about without thinking about the underlying issues of policy and underlying issues of the Republican Party's overarching ideology, their ideological interest in maintaining capitalism and being beholden to the same corporate masters, but having the permission to be honest about that because of their position in the American duopoly, you are going to find yourself captivated by snakes in a different suit. I'm saying we should forcibly change the trajectory and the ideological goals of the Democratic Party, the one party in our duopoly. There will never be a moment where I will turn around and say, man, the Republicans sure are great. I despise the Democratic Party for its closeness to the Republican Party. Okay?